Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer. Today, we are doing a battle on Kaiser's Helms Deep. This is one of the custom maps that you'll be able to download. A link should be in the description if I remember. So if you're happy to see custom maps back on the channel, and Warhammer Total War, and an online battle, of course, let me know in the comments below, and show support on the video by leaving a like if you've watched it and think it's worth it. So today I'm going to be defending the Hornburg as the Empire, and my opponent Havoc is going to be assaulting as the Greenskins. So we recorded this a couple of days ago, but I've only just got around to uploading it. I'm trying to do almost daily uploads at the moment, so hopefully you're all enjoying that. But just to go over my army composition before we begin, and take a little look at the map, there are two entrances to the map. There is one through the breach here, and then you also have another entrance through the gateway here. So protecting the gateway, I have a steam tank, then I also have 2 units of spearmen, 2 units of halberdiers, and 2 units of greatswords, along with a celestial wizard. Then going through this keep, we have a unit of spearmen, along with some crossbowmen and halberdiers. So we're going to be doing a staggered defense. Then we also have 2 units of handgunners, one Sterling Revenge, along with 1 unit of handgunners. Then we also have a unit of crossbowmen. On the walls, we have 3 units of handgunners. We also have 2 units of flagellants, the Sunmaker Hellstorm Rocket Battery and a normal Hellstorm Rocket Battery, great swords, halberdiers, and more halberdiers, great swords, spearmen with shields, and 2 units of crossbowmen. And then leading them, we have Karl Franz. So let's put this into slow motion and get the action underway. Havoc today is, his build consists of some Savage Orc Big Guns, a Giant, some Savage Orc Arrow Boys. We also have a plethora of Black Orcs here, so I think probably about 8 units of Black Orcs, along with some Savage Orc Big Guns, some Savage Orc Big Guns, Savage Orc Boar Big, Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins. God, that is a mouthful, isn't it? I know he's got a couple more giants as well. So there's another giant here, and I think he has a 3rd giant as well, led by the Aragonor Crean and Grimgor Ironhide. So quite the challenging force, let's say. But as you can see, I do actually outnumber him by about 1,000 troops, but a lot of my troops aren't really as highly equipped as his. So he has a lot more kind of heavy infantry than I do. But as we can see from the distance, Helms Deep may indeed fall. So it's great to see these kind of maps coming onto the workshop. I think it's a lot of fun. And the Sunmaker sending in some shots here, hopefully taking out a few of the Black Orcs at least, firing at pretty close range there. So kind of doing almost a scatter fire, trying to weaken the Black Orcs' armour, hopefully take out a few of them if at all possible. Then we have the steam tank up here trying to take out the Savage Orcs. Not sure what Havoc's deciding to do here, but that steam tank will punish any hesitation. So this is actually quite a long battle for a Warhammer battle. It's 25 minutes. And it is probably one of the most fun battles I have done in a very long time. So kudos to Kaiser, the map maker, for producing it. It really was a lot of fun to play. I imagine a 2v2 would be almost certainly more fun than just a 1v1. So we have the steam tank engaging the Savage Orcs here. And we also have my wizard. I'm not sure if he's getting into position just yet, but he will be casting some spells. I'll hopefully try to catch one of them. But we can still see the fire that is going on here. And the giant is now starting to come up. Over on that flank of the battlefield, they are still trying to make their way to the breach, and now my handgunners are letting fly The steam tank doing an absolutely stellar job. Already routed one unit of the Savage Orc Big Guns, and I believe we are doing the Comet of Cassandora here. Summoning the Comet. And smash. But the Giant is making his way in, ready to smash the steam tank to bits. So we have the handgunners here shooting the Black Orcs. But we have 2 Giants coming to the breach already. Hopefully the Halberdiers can hold. Oh my gosh. 2 freaking Giants. This is going to be a tight battle. So we are shooting the Giants as much as possible. And it looks like he's picked up one poor fellow there, smashing him around. And the Halberdiers holding as best they can. But now the Black Orcs are coming into play. This is going to be a challenging situation for my forces. So as you can see, I'm sending in some reserves here. And Havoc has actually summoned some spider hatchlings to disrupt my formation. So I'm using my crossbowmen to try and take out the spider hatchlings here. Over here, the Giant has made its way to the gatehouse, and I am trying to fend off with some spearmen and a unit of halberdiers also forming up as well. Doing another Comet of Cassandora there, which seems to have inflicted some more damage on the Savage Orc Big Guns. But as you can see here, Havoc is now bringing his Araboys, and that's going to cause quite a bit of damage on my ranks. So I'm not sure what we're firing at. Oh, we're actually firing over. Oh, some beautiful shots going in there. I've completely forgot that I actually did that, but that is causing quite a lot of damage onto the Savage Orcs and the Araboys. So that is Grimgott Ironhide doing the War, which increases his melee attack by 58, and also Stand Your Ground, which increases the leadership and melee defense of all of the surrounding troops. So we're going to hold the breach for at least a little while longer, at least. Trying our best. But if we look at it from quite far away, it doesn't really look like much is going on, but there definitely has been a lot going on this battlefield. So those Araboys are really inflicting a bit too much damage for my liking. So I sent Carl Franz in. However, he's taking a lot of damage against the Ragnarok Kreen, and I was desperate to get him out of there. So still trying to escape. But with 20 minutes left of the battle to go, I can't afford to lose Carl Franz this early on. But in terms of the numbers, I've already lost 500, but so has Havoc. So at this stage, it's still even Stevens. The balance of power, I think, is very slightly in my favour, but I'm getting Franz out of there as quickly as possible before he can bring the Araboys to bear to take any more damage. So he's withdrawn Grimgor there. Somehow, I don't know why or hell or what, what's going on, but I don't remember moving these Hellstorm rocket batteries into that position. Spider hatchlings once again causing a little bit of disruption. In fact, my whole defense here is a bit disjointed, but we are holding for now. So I've committed my flagellants as well as the great swords. Pretty much any man I have and willing to spare. I haven't committed the reserve units up there. Those are going to be holding until the end. But if we take a little look at the assault up here, it really is failing. Just this streak of red. Oh my God. Many orcs have died trying to enter this gatehouse. So the giant is still holding somehow. Not really sure how, but how much health does he have left? He can't have much. Yeah, you can see he's almost lost all of his health. But I feel like I'm in a pretty safe spot here. I don't really feel that they can get in too closely. And I'm actually charging out now to try and counter that little Savage Orc assault. But the map's pretty well made, I have to say. It is a lot of fun to play this map. Definitely would recommend. But look how bloodied Franz and Co is. That, jeez, man. I shouldn't have committed him so soon. I have major regrets over that. He has lost half his health. Over here, they are starting to break through. So I'm just trying to fire off as much as possible there. And I am withdrawing the Sunmaker. Although they are pretty much out of ammo, so that kind of was wasted. I would have been better off just to bring the normal Hellstorm rocket battery back from the fight. So over here, I'm using my crossbowman to try and take out his arrow boys. No, sorry, Night Goblin archers. Havoc does like to use a lot of missile troops, I've noticed in our multiplayer matches. And when he can, a lot of monsters. But they're being put to good effect, and my line here is falling. So I'm withdrawing any troops that I have left back behind this next defensive position, as this is going to be a bit tricky for him to assault. So I am trying to take out the Night Goblin archers with my crossbowmen as well. His assault has pretty much failed here. We're actually sallying out, but they are routing. Hopefully they'll be broken soon enough. But as you can see, the balance of power is now no longer in my favour. I've lost almost half my army. And since we last looked, he's only lost a couple of hundred more troops. So I'm taking casualties by the hundreds compared to his of the tens. Over here, you can see Havoc is going to move up more men than I can muster to fend off. And these crossbowmen are going to perish. As you can see, most of them are already stuck with arrows. And our defense here has pretty much been annihilated. It's just the flagellants. They're trying to take down whatever units that they can. But these Savage Orc ball boys chasing down units that are already routing. So we're going to unleash some volleys into those ball boys and hopefully take out a few. But as you can see, they absolutely decimated my unit of crossbowmen. So you're going to see one mistake that I made here. I was trying to pursue the giant because it was only routing, it wasn't actually routed. But I'm going to turn back from that in a second. And I send my steam tank off to this defense, as this is where the main assault will still come. He was using his giant to soak up ammunition. And we have a fallen giant. But they didn't really use too much ammunition, so I'm pretty okay about that. The majority of his Black Orcs, they have lost about half their health, which is great. But it's almost even Stevens for numbers now, and the Flagellant's still high. Oh, no, he's dead, never mind. So, this is the situation. We've fended off this attack, so I'm going to send the units here over to this flank. But I didn't really see that giant had come back, and you'll see, but it's only got 42 health, so it should have a negligible impact on the battle. Havoc beginning to form up for his assault here. At this stage, I was kind of thinking I have pretty much had it. You can see my line is going to be held by a weakened unit of halberdiers, a full unit of halberdiers, and spearmen. I do have crossbowmen, a sunmaker, which only has like one round left, handgunners, some more handgunners. So that is the round of the Sunmaker. I was just trying to take out a little bit of Grimgore Ironhide's health, and that was the only shot I had left. We'd also have Sterling's Revenge and another unit of handgunners. That unit of crossbowmen is kind of wavering, even though it's like Franz is right there. And they're definitely protected in the flanks, so... But the outer keep has fallen. We have held here. But this is what I was not aware of. Okay, but these volleys coming in now. Savage Orc big uns, they're going to take a lot of fire. So they might not even make it to the pike line here. But we can see the Savage Orcs charging into battle. Closely followed behind by the Ragnarok Queen. So it looks like they are going to make it. No, just kidding. Oh, no, no, just kidding. So I send Franz in to try and just rout that unit of Savage Orcs, but he gets kind of pinned down by the Ragnarok Queen there, and I'm just thinking, oh, good lord. But we actually managed to get him out of the battlefield, which is great. And the steam tank, I think, actually took out a few of my halberdiers there. But we're trying to fend off the Ragnarok Queen and try and take her down as quickly as possible. So I'm diverting my firepower here. Everything is going into that Queen to try and take her down. And her HP is going down quickly. I do also have the halberdiers, which are anti-large and armor piercing. So the Ragnarok Queen trying to get away, but HP falling extremely, extremely quickly. And her morale has absolutely gone. And she has now fallen, creating what you'll see here, a blockade now. So Havoc's attack can't get past that Ragnarok Queen. So we only need to defend from a very narrow passage here for the most part. And this is where that's kind of like the advantage is going to come into play. So at this stage, I was still keeping a couple of units back, not knowing that they were still there, pretty much. I do have a unit of great swords as well, but I am bringing some more units back to kind of hold the line. So 10 minutes to go. It's still very much open to either of us to seize victory. Sometimes I start sentences and don't actually know how to finish them. So he's going to commit his final giant now. And I'm trying to rearrange my forces so we can get some decent firing arcs in. But it's getting a bit convoluted here. But I am shooting the giant with my crossbows. And I believe that the crossbows, they only have good range. Okay, well. But the giant is pretty much going to die. There we go. And that's further bolstered. Knocks the Black Orcs back. And further makes it more difficult for them to continue their advance. So, although the halberdiers have taken a huge brunt, buffing them up with Franz there. But as you can see, both my handgunners and the Sterling's Revenge can't get decent firing arcs on any of the units. And I'm using my crossbows to try and take out those Savage Orc arrow boys. And I'm committing some great swords into the fight now. And Havoc is committing Grimgore Ironhide. And as you can see, I've pulled the rest of my troops back, as I didn't really want to commit them to the fight. And here, Havoc is pretty much in a good spot, but his giant only has 42 HP. But at the time, I was so concerned about holding this that nothing else mattered. But with 8 minutes to go, let's take a little look at... Yeah, so we now outnumber them 2-1, but a lot of my troops, they're tired. They've been in battle for a long time, and the majority of the remaining troops are Black Orcs. I sent my steam take in, probably rather foolishly. But we have the remainder of our men being formed up here. But this is where Havoc, sneaky Havoc, sends in his Giant and his Night Goblin Archers. An entire unit has been wiped out. That would be the steam tank. Has finally fallen. And I am sending Sterling's Revenge to try and shoot some of those Night Goblin Archers. Actually, no, I'm pulling them back. Just kidding. I'm sending in... No, just kidding. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. But, okay, here we go. France is going to be going in here to try and take down those archers. So with that routs one unit of them, and then we're going into the Night Goblin Archers as well. And you can see in the distance though that the Giant has now committed himself, but he's going up against. Oh wait. So I didn't actually see that for a little while. And you can see the damage that he's inflicting. So that was a good move by Havoc. I'm actually in a bit of a dire position again. But we do have France coming back in. And the Giant has now fallen. But in its place come the Night Goblin Archers. And my Wizard has used up all of his spells. So I was concerned. I was like, what do? Do I go over here or do I go over here? But I decided to go after this unit of Night Goblin Archers. And we're currently chasing them away, but France will be going into battle. And those Night Goblin Archers won't stand a chance. So at this stage, Havoc is now down to 400 troops. I'm down to 700. So still even Stevens for the most part. I don't know why they... I think I charged them in rather mistakenly. Our crossbows don't have any ammunition left. So we're at the mercy of these archers at the moment. So 5 minutes to go, and the balance of power is only slightly in my favour. Plenty of Black Orcs still in play. There's nothing I can really do about them except try to take them out one at a time. But really, the Ragnarok Queen, where she's died there, it really has helped me. That might have actually cost Havoc the battle. So I'm charging whatever remaining troops I have into the battle. And it appears those Night Goblins are trying to get away. So France has driven off the remaining archers. And I'm making sure they're routed this time. But I was getting pretty concerned because most of my units are pretty spent, and Grimgor Ironhide still has the vast majority of his health. As you can see, still got 3,900 of his HP, and he's taken down 159 Empire troops. So I'm sending in Karl Franz to do a bit of a sneaky back charge and trying to get him out of there very, very quickly. And I could tell Havoc at this point was getting a smidgen frustrated. But he is using the stand your ground. Yeah, he's using the stand your ground. All of my units here, very tired or exhausted. Oh, they're fresh. The halberdiers are fresh. and he has just done his war. But the vast majority of his troops just can't get in through this line, and he doesn't have any more troops to bring in to rout either. And now I'm trying to get the Stirland's Revenge, where I see they still have a lot of ammunition, trying to get them to get a decent firing arc to finish off the remaining Black Orc units, because he's now down to 111 troops. He's outnumbered 4-1, but they are only Black Orcs and Grimgor Ironhide left, so his elite troops are still in play. So I was trying to... It's difficult to get them in a decent firing arc, take him out. I wasn't going to keep in charging Franz. He's only got 1,400 health left, and I feel that if he died, then the battle would just be utter devastation. Like, I would lose. So I do the occasional charge. He managed just to luckily pull through there, and Stirland's Revenge, the Free Company militia, are now able just to take pot shots and take down some of the Black Orcs. They are armor-piercing missiles, and the majority of his troops are now routing, which is perfect. He's now down to 67 men. I number him like 5-1 now. Send in Franz, do another charge. Although he really is going hard to try and take down Franz. But he only has Grimgor Ironhide left, and I'm sprinting Franz out of there. So Franz has taken down 116 of the enemy force. So it's just Grimgor now, going on in with his war. But his morale, it's only on 46, 43, 37. But at this stage, I'm pretty sure you can guess who is going to be victorious, and that would be me. So this victory honestly felt great. It was a tough fight, and it could have gone either way at multiple stages of the fight. So good game to Havoc. Grimgor going to take down a few more Empire troops before he is forced to flee from the battlefield, sending in Franz as well just to try and finish him off. And with that, Grimgor is out of there. So a Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nevertheless. So let's take a little look at the unit statistics. And the best performing units of mine are probably the Great Swords, the Hellstorm rocket batteries, the Steam Tank, and France. In terms of Grimgor, he got 191 kills. Black Orcs did very well indeed. So did the Giants and the Archers. The Ragnarok Queen didn't get too many kills. But there we go. Good game to Havoc. And if you'd like to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already and you enjoy the video, leave a like and all that jazz. And until next time, everyone, I bid you a very, very good day.